We have dipped into all sorts of crazy accounting stuff. We have been here and there and ins and outs, and accounting gets a little bit funky, okay? What I can highly recommend that you do good operations. Record the story. Centralize your data. Catch the pieces, and the accounting will be much, much easier, okay? We'll help you automate tons of it. We'll automate your receivables and your payables and your P&L and your different little pieces of that kind of stuff. We'll help you with your banks as long as you're playing the games. If you play the games, we can get you 3/4 of your accounting done without even touching accounting. It's just putting things in the correct can, okay? Plug it, plug it, plug it, plug it, plug it, plug it, and then we do a roll call. Okay, what's in the can, and at what level, and at what date, okay? That's kind of what's going on. Shannon, looks like you had a question?
Yeah, Joe, just from what you were just talking about, asked, the line in the sand is for businesses just starting in Adilas, so he's asking what you mean by the line in the sand.
Okay.
And helps with getting bank activities, I think he's saying, does this help with getting bank activities current that are still outstanding?
Okay, correct. So what happens, the whole catch of the thing is something that's outstanding, okay? Because if you have a brand new bank and you started from zero, you're going to bring everything forward, okay? So like what happens, this is just kind of like what I would say, okay? If you have a bank that's brand new and you draw a line in the sand, I want to track everything. I'm a brand new corporation, let's go forward. Guess what? Everything should technically be above that line, okay? You're clean, you're happy, you're doing whatever. However, if you have tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff going, coming, whatever, these are different transactions, and you decide to draw a line in the sand, this is basically setting somebody who is already running, who has data in there, or whatever's going on. You need to basically draw a line in the sand and say anything that was physically before that date, I'm not worried about. It's not going to play a part. You're basically telling the balance sheet, when do you want to start me to track your stuff? So anything that's prior to this, I can have hundreds and hundreds of items, and I don't care. The ones that I care about are just the ones that touch the line. Anything that wants to touch the line, and I want to potentially perpetuate it forward, I have to kind of fix it a little bit. So I'm going to kind of grab a little different pen right here just to show you. So this one originally started here, and then it's going to go to here. If in order to do the bank balance and we want to get it forward, I have to take this original date and I have to kind of flub it just a little bit, and I bring it up to right here so it matches this line, okay? It makes this one look like it's a little bit shorter, but what it does is it gives this bank, this has to be the line in the sand. I'm not worried about that one. Oh, this one touches. I have to figure out if it's actually touching or right there. I might have to take this guy up to the same level, okay? You want it to this top level. Whoa. This guy would be a problem. Don't worry. Everything up above this is all going to be tracked. This is the line in the sand. It just kind of helps you bring it up. You kind of have to fake the system out, okay? Because the system can't tell. It's like, oh my goodness, I have no clue where you're at because you told me that my bank start date was this. How do I know what's behind it and what's not? You have to bring it up to that line in the sand. This is kind of existing people that are going and or starting. And what you do is you put it in the notes. So instead of recording this as the actual A date and this being the B date, you go like this. A date, come up to the line. B date, you're going to be just a little bit further, okay? And then you put in the notes, hey, this originally actually started 2 weeks ago, but we have our bank balance reconciled all the way to this date. So you put it in the notes, okay? So technically, if you look at it, you're like, oh, that doesn't look like it was that long of a transaction, but you have to get it on one side or the other of that line, otherwise we can't tell what was going on because it gets too fuzzy. You have to draw the line in the sand. Does that make sense-ish? The two pieces that are key to Adilas and working on balance sheet, if you're a balance sheet person and you're like, oh my goodness, I totally want to take Adilas to the balance sheet level, can I give you 2 hints that are the biggest possible hints that I can give you to get to this thing, okay? This is automatic this is automatic, piece of cake, okay? The two pieces that you have to kind of watch and monitor that are very important that get fed into the balance sheet are banks and inventory, okay? These two pieces are automatic, okay? These ones are automatic according to POs and expenses and who have I paid and who have I not. These are invoices, who owes me money, etc., etc. That's automated, okay? These are two other huge pieces. These are what I would say are the biggest two pieces that you have to watch and monitor in order to get a good balance sheet. If you don't have your bank reconciled, I wouldn't even remotely head towards the balance sheet. If your inventory is totally jacked up, I wouldn't even remotely head towards the balance sheet, okay? These are the two big keys that I would give you. If you can get these two pieces in line and you're happy with where they're at, you're ready to play at the balance sheet level. If this is jacked and that's jacked, don't even play. Like, you're just not ready yet, okay? Get the stuff that feeds in automatically so it's correct, and then you can do any other sort of manual or user-maintained pieces of the system. The cool thing is ideally, as you do your operations, the cart will follow the horse. The horse is the operations. It's going and moving and doing, okay? And the accounting automatically needs to flow behind that, okay? Sometimes, guess what happens? When a horse goes in front of the cart, which is what we want, eventually that horse might poop. And so you have to clean it up a little bit, okay? That might be a little bit of the accounting job. Like, say you're going in a parade. You've seen the Boy Scouts out there. You have to have a little pooper scooper every once in a while, okay? Ideally, that's the best way to travel. Horse is in front of the cart. Wherever it goes, I'm going to follow, okay? Every once in a while, you do have a little bit of cleanup. That's actually kind of called counting and balance sheet, and am I perfectly where I want to be? That's just lightly kind of tucking things into bed, okay? It's kind of tucking things in and making them happen.